Hi everyone, welcome back to another week of The Guest Life. Believe it or not, it's the last week of summer holidays. I can't believe it. The summer has just flown by. This week I'd really like to put up a bit more wood if I could. There's a sad little pile behind me. It's like 3 or 4 rows deep. I've just been gathering it throughout the summer. If I'm cutting brush or anything and I see anything in the bush, into this pile it goes. So I'd like to get a few more little trees into there if I could, so then once the ice forms we have a bit of a stockpile here and we don't have to go out right away when we're on that week of holidays. Yesterday ended up being a write-off. Poor little Marley got sick. I'm assuming she caught a bug when we were on our jet boat trip, probably licked something at the Smitty's restaurant or something, but she was puking all night, high fevers. So yesterday I just packed her poor little body on my hip and I did all our laundry at the lake, tidied the house up, and hopefully today we can get a few things done. I shouldn't say that yesterday was a complete write-off. I did do a few things upstairs. Marley has officially graduated to her big girl bed. So I was able to boot her playpen out of there, and every teeny little square foot helps in our tiny house. So I was able to rearrange upstairs a little bit, give us a little bit more space for school, get all the girls' textbooks, first day of school's right ready to go. Kind of hard to see with my little phone camera, but this whole area is just right opened up now. I've moved her playpen from out here so a kid's desk could go there, moved my desk off to the side. So now we have some walkable space, which I'm really excited about. This is our little revamped schedule. Monday through Thursday, we don't do school on Fridays. Like I mentioned before, that's chore day. We just make sure we get all of our work in from Monday to Thursday. And one main adjustment I've done this year is separating all the things that they can do independently and chunking it into the morning so that we can multitask during calendar corner, because calendar corner is mainly a toddler activity. There is a few age appropriate things for the big girls in there, but if they're working on their independent stuff during that time, I can fully focus on little people for a good hour. The girls can do their own thing. And then if I do have like some Canadian trivia or 100 chart stuff that I want them to be involved in, I just pull them out of their independent work and be like, hey, look over here for a second. So we trialed that when we did the last month of school out here after breakup, and it worked really well. We shaved at least an hour off of our day. This is their little independent work that they do every day. So they've got money work, clock, math drills, dictionary, a little bit of geography, cursive writing, learning manipulative, and then if we have time, they can each pick a partner and teach some pre-K to them for a little bit. But killing 2 birds with 1 stone is really going to help us out time-wise, because that was my biggest struggle last year. The time management piece kind of got away from me. Like we would be starting school at 7:30 some days and not ending till 4, maybe half-hour lunch break. And if it was nice out, like a 15 to 20 minute recess. So obviously I was doing something wrong. The kids weren't complaining. It's not like I was working them overboard or anything. Everybody was still happy and having a good time. But I feel like I should be able to cut that back a few hours. Like I look at my day plan and I think, oh, that's not that much jam-packed into a day, but obviously it is, and I should be able to hone it down. An issue I had with last year, it being our first year starting, was I only had 6 months and a year's worth of curriculum that I was kind of trying to chunk through, because God only knows what they had already learned at school or what they were going to go learn at school during breakup and freeze up, because year plans are open documents. Even if I had gotten those year plans, and I had, from the teachers, they shift constantly. So I wanted to make sure that they were getting a little bit of everything. So this year being our first full year, hopefully that just in itself will help. Before we go outside, I want to show you a cool little upgrade that happened this weekend. John ended up having a brother weekend this weekend, and look what they did for me. I have running water into my kitchen sink. Up until this point, I've just been hauling water from the bathtub to do dishes because that's our only running water source. But now I have the luxury of running water to my kitchen sink, which is super convenient, especially for little things. I've only had it for a day and I'm loving it so far. Like rinsing out bottles or recycling or things that just need little spurts of water. I don't have to go and get a little dipper bucket or go turn on the pump and run the bathtub. So I'm loving it so far. Another thing that they did was they installed a little insulated chimney section. We're able to seal that off, so I should be able to save even more wood this winter. I could only imagine how much heat was rifling up through the chimney and just off onto the roof. It was always melted there, so obviously losing some heat that way. And I know it's an eyesore, but I found a little roll of linoleum at the townhouse when I was there, and I've thrown it down here. We can always roll it up and get it out of our life in the summertime. It should save all the water damage from the winter, because we have to get from our door all the way over there with little snowy boots to hang everything up by the stove, so at least don't damage my floor anymore. You're feeling better? Yeah. Still kind of want hip time today. See how much wood Mommy can go get. Well, I think I'm gonna call that enough for one little stash today. Nothing to write home about, but every little bit counts. It's a little bit extra work getting stuff from around the yard because all the branches and stuff I don't want to just ditch kind of on the perimeters of the yard, so I burnt all that up. Now it's just ready to get bucked and piled. Probably a good few days worth there anyway. This winter I want wood consumption to kind of be an obsession of mine. I really want to hone down to try and be as conservative as absolutely possible. My mom was telling me that older friends of hers from up north who didn't want to constantly be climbing up on the roof, they couldn't climb up on the roof and clean the chimney, so they'd have to get other community members to come help them. How they'd keep a safe chimney with free of creosote and whatnot, plus save a ridiculous amount of wood, is little fires and not being scared of your fire to go out. Like starting a fire every day or twice a day isn't that big of an issue. It's a little bit of extra work, but if it's going to save you from having a chimney fire and save on wood, then why not? Because that cast iron stove will hold heat for a long time. So if you just had it going in the morning, a little fire, and then, oh, it's dipping down to like 18 degrees in here, I'm feeling a little chilly, go open it up, it's completely dead. Then start a new one, rip it right through the chimney, which is going to clean the chimney out, and you've probably saved on 2 to 3 hours of wood a day, which is a really big savings. So I think I'm going to try that out this year, because a lot of the times during the winter too, it gets like quite cozy in the cabin. It does not need to be that warm. So I'm going to try do littler fires, which will work perfect with my little tiny baby logs I'm getting. I can just throw a few of those in, let them burn out, and start a new one midday. We'll see how it goes. Before I let you guys go for the week, I'm just going to give you a little update on the channel. I don't think I'm going to be doing weekly vlogs every Sunday anymore. I think I'm going to tone the channel down to just being more of a casual basis, just uploading things as I see fit and as I want to, and to update family and friends. I do appreciate you. You guys have been so excited and looking forward to Sundays. I'm sorry. I will try to put videos up every couple of weeks or every 3 weeks for sure, so that you guys can see how we're all doing out here. But I've been doing this, well, the channel opened up in October, I think, and we've been doing the off-grid thing since December. So it's been a solid 8 months of every single, well, longer than that, but the off-grid thing has been a solid 8 months every single week, not missing a week. And I don't know, I think I just want to switch it more to a creative space and doing it for my pleasure and enjoyment, more than feeling like it's kind of an obligation or a chore. Like, I've been enjoying doing the videos, but some weeks I'm like pulling teeth trying to think of what I can film for you guys so I don't bore you to death. And this way I think it'll just be a little easier on my part, maybe a little bit more enjoyable for you guys to watch. The initial intention of the channel, like most people that venture onto YouTube, is to see if you can make it a side hustle. Now, I haven't been monetized, obviously. I only have 500 and some subscribers, and I appreciate every single one of you. But I don't know if I'll ever be up to monetization standards and get up there. If I do, that's great. But for the time being, I think I'm just going to tone it down a bit so I don't get burnout, I guess, and just go and enjoy life. But I will see you all when I see you. I'm not going anywhere. Like I said, every 2 or 3 weeks, I'm sure I'll just put a little update out there, even if it's only a few minutes. But have yourself a good rest of your summer, and we'll see you next time. Bye. What's going on in here? You're putting band-aids all over your face. And you're wasting them.
No.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Nothing.